Please send the new question. So for that question again they have to answer. Like that we will collect the information of the requirements from the client. Correct. So now based on those requirements, based on what we understood, we start preparing the to be document. Now to be document is what? To be document is about how we are going to do the in SAP. So now we have the knowledge of SAP, right?
Yes,
Right. So they told us what they are doing now in the old system. Now we have to tell them how we are going to do what all they want in the SAP system. We have to tell them. Okay.
so that they can be win.
Yeah, so that there is a clarity, right? So they know how it is going to be processed. So we have a sandbox system there. In the sandbox system, we will be showing them, right? So now you ask this, now this I am going to do like this in SAP. So then they will say, okay, clearance will be given, right? That is how we will be proceeding. So that is what we are calling it as is to be mapping. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are moving from Tally system to SAP system.
Now to future.
Now to future, from current state to future
Business
state.
process to future state business process.
That is from as is document to be document.
To be mapping.
To be processed. Correct? Yeah. Okay. So this is clear, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now what we have to understand is, it is here what we are mapping is the business processes. Okay. So, like what do I mean by business process? Okay, this word I want everybody to understand. This is too early for you to know, but still I want you to understand this. So business process. Now,
How their business works and all.
Exactly. Now every business they have their own style of doing things, right? Okay. Suppose one example I will. Suppose I am talking about one business process, something like recruitment business process. Okay. So now recruitment means recruitment. How they recruit, hiring the people, right? Now every company hires, right? Every company is hiring the people, right? But all of them, do they hire the same way or do they hire differently?
Different ways.
Correct. Yeah. So now some companies they conduct 5 written tests.
I
Some
know.
conduct 5 rounds of interview.
Yes.
Some companies they have group discussion. Some companies they have role play to do. Some companies there are different ways in which they will be selecting the candidate. Right. Now can you go and ask why you are conducting 5 rounds and other company your competitor is taking only 2 rounds?
No.
Will you go and
No,
ask
sir.
them?
Right.
You cannot ask, right? This is our process, they will see, right? This is our business process. This is the way we do the business. Correct. This is the way we hire the people. Correct. So same way, every company, they have their own way of doing the things. Now, so this is a HR process. What I am discussing to make you understand, this is a HR process. Correct. This is HR process, not finance process. Now, similarly, we have finance processes also, right? Can you tell me what are the finance business processes?
In banks,
Finance business processes.
banks,
Yeah. So what are they? Vendor payments. Yeah. How you do the payments. Yeah. What is the control parameters you have? How many people will cross-check it before it goes for the payment? Some companies, they have 5 people who will check and finally it will go for the payment. Some companies, they have only 2 people, right? One person will create, another person will make it go through. Right. So what are the control things they have? How they do the payments? Correct now. Same way, how they do billing, customer invoice. Is there any specific parameters they are following, right? How they do it? Same way, how they are doing the master data, GL master data, how they are maintaining. Yeah, what data they are creating, what is the series they are using, how they are doing. You understand? Same way, asset management, how they are doing. Correct?
Depreciation.
Yeah, depreciation and all that, how they are doing. So like that, there are n number of business processes. Correct. So now these business processes, how they are doing. Okay. So each one is a business process. Agreed? Yeah. Vendor payments, right? Vendor payments, how you are doing to your suppliers. sales, how you are doing the billing to your customers, GL data, asset management. So like that, so many things, how we are doing in your business. In finance, all these are finance processes, correct?
Yes, sir.
All these are finance processes. Okay? Yeah. So now here you can add vendor creation, right? If you have to create a new supplier, how you will do it? What are the control parameters? Correct? Yeah? Right, like that. So all these are finance business processes. Okay. So in the interview tomorrow, when you are attending the interview, suppose you fresher, it's okay. Fresher, they will ask you only the knowledge. Okay, tell me what do you mean by so and so topic, right? What does it mean? How do we do it? That is the way they ask for the freshers. But when it comes to a experience, suppose you are intending to put some fake experience, right? Many people put the fake. If you are intending to put fake, then the question will be little different. They will ask you, tell me about your client payment process. Okay, you understand the difference? So they are checking whether you understood, whether you are real or not, right? So if you are real, then you have a client and that client will have a payment process, right? For which you have done the configuration, correct? So that is what they are asking. So you have a client, what is the process they are following? Your client, how is he doing this payments? How is he doing this customer billing? How is he doing? Tell me. Then you will tell they are doing like this and then I did like this in SAP. So that is the way you have to project in the interview. Is it clear? Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they will not ask you, tell me about the payables in SAP. Tell me about receivables in SAP. Tell me about GL data in SAP. No, they will not ask like that. Tell me about asset in SAP. How you do asset management in SAP. They will not ask like that. Tell me about your client process. Okay, so what is the process you did? Last 1 year you worked, na? Okay, what is their process? And for that process, what are the most difficult things you have done? Okay, how did you do it? That is the question they will get. Clear? So we are not doing for anything, right? We are just doing it for a client, na? Understand the point here. So we are not doing it for ourselves. We are not doing it for a fixed mode, right? We are doing as per the requirement of the client. So that's where the business process of the client becomes very, very important. Right? So we are doing it as a tailor-made, right? What they want, what is their process. Accordingly, we have to create. Is it clear? So now a company is saying, suppose now we have a HR, now not FI, okay? Let us take, for example, temporarily, we will take it as HR consultant, okay? Now the client is saying, okay, when we are selecting the people, we will conduct 5 rounds of interview. So now when he is conferring, he should facilitate for the 5 rounds, right? Correct or not?
Yes.
Correct or not? He should have, so every level he should be able to give some space so that he will enter the results. First round who has come, second round who has come, he should be configuring accordingly, correct now? Right? Understood? So now, so suppose if they have a written test, that also he should accommodate. Correct? So those according to their processes, he should be able to configure. Got the point? Yeah? Right. So same way here also, we are not doing it for ourselves, right? We are doing it as per the requirement of the client, right? What they are doing. Accordingly, we are considering. Clear? Yeah? So everybody understood the business process?
Yeah, sir.
Word business?
Yes.
Yeah, anybody did not understand?
So the small definition so that we can go through it for reference.
Okay. Yeah. So business process. Yeah. Is the client's specific way of doing it, or say of undertaking a business activity.
Can we say it is as a workflow?
Yes, you can say that also. And workflow is specifically, workflow is more about approvals. It has to go like this, like this, like this. Channels.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is complete. This is a wider word compared to workflow.
Okay. Thank you.
Service product to client.
Sorry?
No.
Hello? You are saying something?
Yeah, that business process is delivery of service product to a client.
Service product to a talking about business process. Hello?
Yes, sir.
What do you say?
That's the connection link between the business process with the client to the IT service industry.
I'm not able to understand you. Mm-hmm. Are you asking or is it your?
Not that okay.
Okay. See here, it is a client-specific way of undertaking a business activity for the conduct of their business. Correct? Yeah, any activity. Correct. So to do their business, they have some activity in recruiting people, purchasing of raw material, manufacturing, sales, making the payments, correct? Receiving the payments, asset management, BRS, all those things, how they are doing. Because every company, they have their own style of doing the things, right? So that style is what we are talking. Correct? Yeah. Right. So now, here when I talk about business processes here, yeah. So what I am saying here, now all these things, all these are finance processes. Now this is suppose here, how they are doing in as is, right, in tally system. Tally, that is the as is, right. So in tally, how they are doing vendor creation, okay. In tally, how they are doing vendor payments, what is the process they are following. In tally, how they are doing customer billing, right, what are the control parameters they are using. So all these things, all these is finance business processes, how they are doing in tally, that is the as is, correct. Now same thing I want in, now same thing what I want to do, all these things I want to do in
SAP.
correct, that is what is to be. So I want to replicate the same, right, I don't want to do a new thing. Now I will not tell them in SAP you do like this, you change the process, no. The client will never ever change their business process for SAP, right? So we have to configure the SAP for the requirements of the client. Correct? Yeah. Okay. So now all this we are going to map like this. So all these business processes, how we are going to do in SAP. Yeah. So now here, so let me take down like this. Now we have finance. So let me cut it short. So I'm using the word that is the BP word. BP means business process. Okay, shortcut I am using. Okay, so this is the business process in tally. Now same way that is the as is. Yeah, in tally as is. Now same I have here.
To be in SAP.
Yeah, so I will take it on right side here. So I have again same finance business process. So that I want to take it into SAP. That is the to be.
To be.
Right, so to be. So now same I want as it is. I want here. In SAP also I want to do it in the vendor creation in the same way. So what all the control things they have, who should create, what authorizations he will have, right? So the same process I want to do it in the SAP also. Now how they are doing vendor payment, what controls they have, how many people are checking it, and what are the limits they have, all that I want to do it. Same process I want to do it, apply in here also. Correct. Now how they are doing customer billing, same way I want to do it in SAP also. The customer billing. So I am mapping like this. So how I am doing in the Tally system, same way I want to do it in the I want to follow the same business process in the SAP system also. Okay, now GL Master, same way I want to do it, create it here also with the same process flow. Correct? Next, asset management, right? So be it when, what, when and where they are managing assets and all that, same way I want to do in SAP also. Is it clear, everybody? Yeah. So I will collect all the business processes, right? How they are doing in the Tally system. I will collect all that information. And all that I will try to do in SAP system. Replicate in the SAP system exactly
As per client requirement.
as per the requirement. Is it clear? So this is what we are calling it as, as is to be mapped. Yeah, we are mapping what? We are mapping what? We are mapping the business process.
Business process.
Got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Business processes. So once we are able to successfully do this, then 50% of the project is nearly done. Yeah. That's
So can mapping code as assigning also?
nothing but.
So can mapping code as assigning also? Assigning.
No. Assigning is different. Assigning means linking two things.
Okay.
Right? Mapping means what?
The word is saying that we are mapping it.
Right. We are.
Replicating two systems.
Yes. Right. So I have a document where it is saying talking about Tally. In Tally, how I do the vendor creation. Okay. Now the style, right? Who is authorized? What are the authorization powers he has? And so many things. What data? So all those things I should be able to do in SAP also. Then how I will do? That is what. Exactly the same way. I want to have the same process flow. Right. Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So now, this everybody understood as is to be mapping?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now what happens is sometimes, now I am going forward. If anybody did not understand the business word, please come forward. I will repeat again. But you have to understand this word. Right? So tomorrow, there may be 100% chance of they will ask you the business process of the client. Right? Any process. Whatever you are talking, you cannot talk like, like in the school days we used to talk right now. The topic is a topic, right? Accounts payable means accounts payable. Not like that. You should not talk like that. You should talk about the client level. So he has asked me this. I understood his requirement, and that way, I know in SAP we have 10 options, but he wanted 7th option. So I provided him, I met his requirement with this 7th option that was available out of 10 options. You understand? That is the way you digest the data, digest the SAP syllabus and you deliver. Got it? So it is not about like, how many options in SAP we have. They don't ask like that, right? They are not, tell me the options what we have, right? It's not option number 1, tell me 2, 3, like, they don't ask like that because you are already experienced, correct? So they ask you, okay, what did your client ask? Okay, he asked me like this. And this is the options I know, we have so many options. And this option was the best suitable for our client. So I picked this option and I met his requirement like this. That is how you will be talking about. Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, these are all things I understand. But the one thing is like, could you able to, in this kind of process, could you able to convey to us in some example, like how the client will, our side, how we can explain in interview process, like how they will ask us, because they will not ask sometimes direct point, right? They will ask with us like with some examples, and we need to explain them, or else.
Exactly. See, understand. The point here is right now,
Yeah.
you don't know this, na? What is there in SAP, you don't.
Yes.
Correct. So I cannot tell you like, this is the option I took and, right? So I cannot, in future you will get it automatically, right? When we are discussing about SAP, what options we have and what is the requirement here. then you will be able to map it. So the problem here is you don't know anything here.
Yes, sir.
So this address you are missing here, right? You don't know anything. So then how can you link it like that? Correct. Yeah. So this is subject wise. When we are doing, everything is the same. Now we take it here, do it here. Take it here, do it here. That is what we learn basically. Correct. Right. So all these are examples only. Right? Vendor creation, like supplier, new supplier I have to create. Correct. New supplier. New supplier means one new supplier we have to create, right? There is a risk with the supplier creation, no? What is the risk? What is the risk?
He may not give the goods for us at the exact time.
No. That is about vendor dealing, right? Vendor creation, right? In your system, you are creating a new supplier.
Bank account to vendor data. And
We will do all details. Yes. So if your accountant is fraudulent, what he can do, he can create a fake supplier.
Okay.
He will be posting the invoices in the name of the fake supplier, and is the back end for that vendor, his bank account details will be there. So he will be paying from your company's account to his account.
Personal.
Yes. So those are the risks what we have. So all the companies, they take measures now how to control that. Now anybody cannot create any supplier account, right? We want to control. What are the measures they are taking? The same measures we should be able to implement in SAP also, right? So you say no, you cannot implement in SAP. Whatever anybody can create in SAP. Can you say like that? Those kind of things. You got the example now?
Yes.
Understood? Yeah. Now, when we are doing the payments also, we have to have control, no? All the suppliers, all the payments, we cannot allow like that. What are the limits? Correct. Like that, there will be control points. So all that we want to implement. Correct? Yeah. Yeah. Right. So far is it clear? Yeah. Now when I am doing this as is to be mapping, sometimes what happens is sometimes I may not be able to do it. So they are doing something special here. Suppose in asset management, they are doing something special. Maybe it is manually, but they are doing something different for their business. But that I am not able to do here. Why? Because that feature or option is not available here, right?
In SAP.
In SAP, that is not there. Okay? So this is not there. So this we call it. So here in SAP you see there is a blank here. Right? So there is something that they are doing in the old system, or something they have asked the new demand, which we are not able to do in the SAP system. So then that we call it as a gap. Okay? What do you call it? You call it as a gap. GAAP gap. Okay, not GAAP gap. GAAP gap is different.
Generally accepted account.
Yeah, generally accepted accounting. So I'm not talking about GAAP, okay? I'm not talking about GAAP gap. I'm talking about the GAAP gap. English word gap we have now. That one I'm talking. Right, you know na English word gap. Yeah, gap means what? Space. Space. There is some gap there. Some space is there. Blank space is there. That is what is the gap, right? Yeah. So now here there is all other things I am able to do, but this thing, the way he is doing now in the Tally system, or something new he is doing, or something manually is doing, that I am not able to do in the SAP system. So there is a blank here. Right, so I am not able to do the mapping. So when I have this kind of situation, we call it as a gap. So when I have a gap, what we will do? We will call what? Correct. We'll call ABAPer into picture. Who is ABAPer?
You can SAP language.
Technical person.
Yeah, programming guy, correct?
Programming.
Programming. Right. So our standard SAP, whatever is already featured in standard SAP, right? That is not able to support this requirement, right? So that our standard SAP is not able So, correct. So then we call it as a gap. Okay. So the gaps are very rare, yeah, very rare. 90 to 90. And because SAP is a good, better software, SAP will have more features, not less features. Correct. So whatever they are in the old system, 90 to 95% we will be able to comfortably do in a SAP system. Only in 5 to 10% of the cases when the requirement is something special or something different, then there is a possibility of getting a gap. Is it clear? So the gaps are very rare. Why? Because SAP is a higher level software. Correct. It will have more features, not less. Correct. So 90 to 95%, no gaps. Only 5 to 10% of the cases you will be coming across the gap. So when you have the gap, what we will do? We will call ABAP into picture. Okay. So we will tell the ABAP, look, they are doing like this. Look, they are doing like this. Asset management, they are doing like this in Tally system. But they are not able to do the same in SAP system. Right? We don't have the feature or functionality we don't have. So you please help. So we tell all the logic, want like this, like this, like this. We will explain him. And ABAP will understand the concept and accordingly he will write the code. So, program, code. And he will develop a small program. And in which language he will develop? In which language? ABAP. Correct. See why? Because already entire SAP is in ABAP, no? Correct. So he will write this small code. Yeah. He will add this new code, new program also to the existing ABAP code. So that way we will get the new functionality also. Correct. Right? So we will take the ABAPer's help and here ABAPer is going to help us. He will develop the code, write the code and he will provide the new functionality to us. So when he provides, then we will get this also. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will get this here. So we will be able to do it. Got it? Yeah, we will be able to do it. Okay. Be able to provide us with. So now once this is filled, we are able to, what we are able to do? We are able to fill the gap. So this we are calling it as, we will fill the gap with the help of ABAP. Clear? Yeah.
Sir, have you taken that asset management as an example only?
Yeah, example. Right.
Okay.
Nothing is fixed here now. What is the, where the gap will come, we don't know, right? Once we understand the requirements only, then only we can.
So, if we call it as a gap, then we are trying to reflect the uniqueness of the client, right, sir?
Exactly, correct. Yeah. So standard, so here this is a standard SAP, no? In SAP standard features, standard functionalities are there. Right? So most of the time 90 to 95% the standard features are sufficient enough to meet the requirements of the client. So the gap is coming means what? He is asking something special, something different from all the other business. That is where the gap is. Is it clear? Yeah?
Sir, thanks.
Right. Good. Yes. Yes, ma'am. You are asking something?
Yes, sir. In case if even the developer also can't write another new program, can we ask the client to modify their process like that?
See here, it is not like can't write, right? Anything can be developed in SAP. Anything, whatever they are.
Okay.
The only problem is, now they are asking something which will take 1 year time to develop.
Okay.
Which will cost them $100 million, suppose. Will they spend that?
No.
This is a negotiation, like, we will tell them, right, okay, no problem, we will do it, but it is going to cost you this, and this is going to cost so much time. So are you ready for it? If you are ready, we don't have any problem.
Okay. Okay.
Then they will say, no, okay, no problem, we will adjust. So what is the standard available, they will ask. Okay, this is the option we have. Okay.
Okay.
Right? Like that, it will.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's not like, anything they ask, it will go for development. So we will have to give her the estimation. How much does it cost specifically for this? right? So ABAPer will tell the timeline, how many days, what is the cost and all that. So accordingly that will be taken into consideration while deciding on the requirements. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so now once the ABAPer once we are able to fill the gap, then we will proceed further. Right? So everything, so we will collect a business process, then we will see how we are going to do in SAP. We will collect the business process, how we are going to do in SAP, right? Like that. So whenever we are doing something that we are not able to do here, we will get it filled with the help of the ABAP. Okay, fine? Yeah? Right. Now, so once this is all over, once we are able to successfully do this, then for all the things they are asking, for all their requirements, we are able to successfully find a solution in SAP. Requirement, opposite to requirement here is what? Opposite of requirement in SAP? Solution. Okay. So they have a requirement, we have the solution. Solution means a way out, right? How to do it. Correct? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Now, so next. So once we have done the as-is to be mapping, then our meetings will stop, right? Our workshops, workshop, because we have conducted the workshop for all. We have taken the as-is collection for all the documents, and to be also we have completed. Correct? Yeah. Yeah. So now, here it is not like you have your first workshop in the process. In the one single workshop, we will collect the data for all the processes, right? It is impossible. You cannot do that, right? Because you have so many business processes and so many topics. Like suppose in finance we have these topics, correct? Yeah. So in finance, what are the topics we have in finance module? Which we have in finance? No, in finance module I am talking, okay? So in finance module we have sub-modules, right? What sub-modules?
Accounts receivable, accounts payable.
Yeah, sub-modules. What we have? First we have GL, AP means
Accounts payable. AR
means account receivable.
asset account, bank account.
AA means asset. Lot of background noise, please. Then we have bank and cash accounting, like that. Correct?
Cancellation.
Yeah. So like that, some other subtopics. I am talking about the main sub-modules. Okay, main sub-modules. Oh.
Sir, approximately it will take 20 meetings, 30 minutes like that only. What is the approximate workshops, sir?
Oh, they will be on for 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, and maybe it will go a long time also. If that is not completed in 2 to 3 hours, again you have another session. So it will be time taking.
Sir, I'm not asking about the how many meetings. I mean, how many workshops it may take.
So roughly, see, if your project timeline is 9 months, 3 to 4 months will go into this process only. Okay, it is the most time-taking process and most important process of the project, right? So 3 to 4 months. If it is 9 months project, 3 to 4 months, nearly 30 to 40% of the time is occupied with this one. Is it clear? Yeah. Right. So it all depends. Sometimes you will get a very good client. You will have already pre-planned, and he will have very good clarity, and he will provide you the data perfectly. Sometimes you are not that lucky enough. No, you may not get a good client. He will not the data, whatever requirement is giving, is not giving properly. And every 3-4 days again new thing is telling. Because that way it would be problematic. Yeah. So it all depends. Yeah. Okay. So now, so finance module, these are the sub-modules we have now. So how we will do? We will not conduct the workshop for all the modules at a time, right? All the sub-modules, right? So first the workshop will be conducted for the GL. Okay. So for GL, we will share the questionnaire. Okay. Then for GL, we will get the as-is. For as-is, we will do the to-be discussion. Then for that, if there are any gaps, we will fill the gaps. And then that's over, done. Then second workshop will be for the accounts payable. Then for accounts payable again, questionnaire. The question is related to accounts payable only, correct? Yeah. So these questions will be related to only accounts payable. Right. Again we have the questionnaire. We have, then as is for that, as is to be for payable, then gaps for payable, and then done. Just one by one we will go like this. So a day will come when we have done this for all the sub-modules, correct? Yeah, all the sub-modules we have completed, right? So once we have done this, then there is no requirement of further conducting the workshop, correct? Yeah. So then,
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
yes, sir.
So if I'm going to start a new company, so I'm not having as-is, no, sir. I'm not going to have any records, previous records.
Okay.
So I have to start from the questionnaire to be, or how it
No.
will be.
So what you have asked is unrealistic, right? Why I am saying unrealistic? Because today your company is gone, first day. Do you need a software like SAP? No. You don't know whether it will be successful or not. Day one itself you are not born big, right? Yeah, understand. I start very, very small. Right? Maybe pen and paper is enough for my account on the day one. Understand? Yeah. So when you are talking about SAP, when you are really, really big, you are able to spend. Yeah. So if you are able to spend so much money and buy SAP for your company, which means you are already there or newborn? Already. Right? That is not okay. Right? So we don't spend so much money in the beginning itself, right? Thinking that our business will be successful, right? No, that will not happen. Correct? Clear? Yes.
Sir, which scale of companies is suitable for this, sir?
First of all, requirement will not be there, right? There will not be so many people transacting with it. So SAP is not required at that stage, right? Correct?
Hello, sir.
Okay. Next.
Hello, sir. Hello.
So once I conduct a workshop, once I able to do the as-is to be mapping for all of them, then I will stop the workshops, right? So I have collected the entire requirements. So once I
Business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello. Hello. Sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Sure. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. 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 Hello, sir. Hello, sir.